Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of EFRAG Sustainability Reporting Update. My name is Chiara Del Prete. I'm the chair of the Sustainability Reporting Technical Expert Group here at EFRAG, and I will tell you more about our progress in technical activities for May 2025. There is really a lot to tell you. First of all, we issued on the 26th of May our 2024 annual review, explaining our key achievements and future priorities, available on our website. And we participated on the 28th of May at the annual Congress of the European Accounting Association in Rome, with the panel on sustainability reporting standards for SMEs, exploring the standard setting challenges we encountered for VSME. We had the pleasure also in the month of May, from the 14th to 16th of May, to host here in our offices in Brussels a delegation of representatives of the EFRAG Japanese boards, in particular, of course, the Sustainability Standard Board of Japan. And it was a nice occasion to exchange reciprocally on the respective developments for the adoption of the sustainability standards and capacity building. If we move now on the sustainability governance side, we announced on the 12th of March the new composition of the board, where in particular Alexander Bassen had to step down and was succeeded by 𝗄𝗏𝗳𝗲𝗵𝗴 Rubia. In this way, we have a change in the user seat. We also announced the new composition of the EFRAG Sustainability Reporting TEG for the annual rotation. It was announced on the 1st of May. We welcomed the arrival of 𝗄𝗏𝗱𝗶𝗵, Roberta Ceccon, Thierry Langrenay, Yannick Leidener, and 𝗄𝗏𝗱𝗶𝗵 as new members of the TEG. We had also the pleasure to confirm 8 of the existing members that have been reappointed. And of course, it was a good occasion also to express our gratitude for those that are leaving the TEG. On the 13th of May, EFRAG participated at a jury hearing, multi-stakeholder panel discussion on reporting obligation, which was a good occasion to exchange views with the other stakeholders on the work we are doing on simplification. Moving on the VSME ecosystem, a lot is also happening in order to realize the work plan that we have adopted on this area. We had the second meeting of the SME Forum on the 3rd of June, and we are working on the preparation of 3 new documents of non-mandatory implementation support material, in particular in the area of description of practices, policies, and future initiatives for transitioning toward a more sustainable economy. We call it C2. And then the GHG reduction targets and climate transition, we call it C3, and severe negative human rights incident, we call it C7. This is an area particularly challenging, these 3 disclosures around the policies and narrative disclosure for SMEs. And so the content here is really to give practical examples to illustrate the possible content of this disclosure. We had first an internal round of consultation in order to prepare for the targeted consultation. We're not going to do public consultation on these documents because following the constitution of the SME Forum and also the revamp of the community, we think that we have all the relevant stakeholders in these 2 set up to more meaningfully involve and engage on these documents. So we launched in June at the end the consultation with these 2 groups, so with the forum and the community. So the intermediate documents are public, in particular if you go in the TEG public meeting of the 29th of April, you can have an idea of what we are talking about. Always on VSME, an important milestone, which has been very well received. On the 27th of May, we delivered our 𝗘𝗏𝗃 VSME taxonomy, which is embedded into a VSME digital template, so maximum user-friendly. The companies will populate their Excel template and they will automatically receive the translation into 𝗘𝗏𝗃. And this is also an open source tool that can be used freely by all the possible platforms. We also, on the 7th of May, released a series of 10 educational videos on VSME, focusing on the different components of the respective disclosures. And it's interesting that these videos are translated with artificial intelligence and can be seen in many different languages. They are available on our website. It's continuing our activity to map the different initiatives platform with the idea of publishing a report in June, so stay tuned. We issued a call for tender on the cost-benefit analysis of the ESRS simplification, a very important piece of work. It was launched on the 26th of May with the deadline the 20th of June 2025. The purpose here is to accompany the delivery of our amendments with an analysis of the costs, in particular the reduction in implementation and ongoing reporting costs, which is deriving from the simplification, but also if any costs of redoing the audit and implementation following our changes. And from other side, assessing the benefits from these changes and amendments and simplification. And they will be made available jointly with our standards, at least in an interim version of the report. On the 28th of May, we issued the draft comment letter in response to the ISB exposure draft amendments to greenhouse gas emissions disclosures, proposed amendments to IFRS S2, requesting comments from our stakeholders by the 19th of June. And this is to contribute to a critical due process in consideration of the fact that this component, being sector-specific, is also applicable to European companies that apply ESRS. We also completed our outreach program for the ESRS simplification. We are very proud of the level of engagement here. We had 41 interviews with the individual organization preparers between the last 10 days of April and the end of May. We had 20 plus workshops with preparers, associations of users, civil society, auditors, and in total we had more than 100 hours of dialogue and more than 600 individual companies connected either to the one-to-one interviews or to the workshops. So this provided us with a very valuable and extensive amount of input that we are processing now in the simplification exercise. Let me express the gratitude to all of those that engaged with us. Talking about interoperability, we had on the 28th of May, 1-hour webinar exploring the newly published correspondence mapping between the CDP questionnaire bank and ESRS E1, which aims to support companies in applying in the best way possible without duplications the two sets of requirements. We are also proud of being now accepted as observers of the Task Force for Inequality and Social-Related Financial Disclosure. They have announced our observership in May. We also joined a roundtable discussion with the United Nations Sustainable Stocks Exchanges on the important topic of gender equality and gender-related metrics used in sustainability reporting in various reporting frameworks. As regard to the activity that the board and the TEG are currently doing, in the month of May, there were several editorial sessions on the amendments, but also important public moments. So we had on the 21st of May a joint public meeting with the TEG and the board, during which the Secretariat presented the messages and the conclusions received from the input gathering and the suggestions of constituents for what the simplification should look like and should incorporate. We also had on 27th of May a follow-up session in a closed meeting with the board and the TEG to confirm that the strategic directions of the simplification taken at the beginning of May, 6 and 7 May, were confirmed at the end of the input gathering. And this was an important step in our internal process leading to the redrafting of the standards and the amendments, basically. So we had, as I was saying, several sessions to progress on the drafts, and as soon as we have a stabilized version, we will make it public. There is a lot going on, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot for the attention and have a nice day.